Tonight, we are still waiting to learn the identity of the third person killed in a big car crash that involves 7 cars. This is on Highway 101. The crash happened just after midnight this morning in Sunnyvale between Lawrence Expressway and Fair Oaks Avenue. So far, 2 of the victims have been identified. Investigators are still trying to figure out what exactly happened here. It started with this first car that was driving. It crashed into the concrete median. Police are not sure why that happened, but they say it was a single car crash to start, but it was followed by 2 more cars. Cars number 2 and 3, they drove up and hit either debris or that first car that hit the median. The CHP says 3 people got out of these cars to survey the damage, check on other drivers, while all their cars were still either against the median or in the middle of the road right there. And that is when 3 more cars traveling northbound came up on the scene and hit the other cars. Suddenly, the 3-car crash becomes a deadly crash when people that are out of their cars are hit. The 3 people in the road hit by those vehicles. 1 person is left laying in the northbound lanes. The other 2 people got knocked over the median and were hit by a car over here traveling in the southbound direction. And tonight, we're learning more about the victims involved, as well as what the CHP says can be done to hopefully avoid a horrific situation like this in the future. Crown 4's Terisa Estacio has that part of the story.
This was a very bad accident.
California Highway Patrol Officer Ross Lee on this multi-car crash Monday morning in Sunnyvale that killed 3 people. Late Monday, the Santa Clara Coroner's Office released the names of 2 of those that died. 28-year-old Tyler Race of South San Francisco worked for PG&E as an electric distribution engineer. The other victim identified as 24-year-old Paul Denning Jr.
At this time, it's unknown whether drugs or alcohol played a role. It's not believed to have played a role.
Do we have any idea why the truck stopped?
We don't at this time. That's part of what we're looking into as well.
Officer Lee says preliminary information shows the red pickup truck lost control and hit the median, triggering the chain reaction pileup. Officer Lee says that the 3 drivers killed got hit by other cars after getting out of their vehicles.
There seems to be, and we've seen in the past, where there's called a belief or just advice that the vehicle needs to be exactly where the crash happened for when officers arrive on scene, so that we understand and we can see what happened. But paramount is safety. So if the vehicle can drive it out of the lanes. That's number 1.
Officer Lee says that each accident is unique, but adds that the CHP highly recommends drivers move their vehicles off the highway or onto the shoulder. And if that's not possible,
the best practice and best advice would be to stay in the vehicle and remain seat belted in the vehicle, because the vehicle is going to be able to absorb impact from a subsequent crash much better than a human body would.
Officer Lee says it will take months to determine exactly what went wrong in this case. He says that the department extends their condolences to the families and the drivers dealing with the tragic turn of events. Terisa Estacio, Crown 4 News.